YouTube, what's going on, guys? Patch here. Hope guys are all having a fantastic day. Guys, Ethereum has set a new all-time high, and I think we are just getting started. I need to show you guys something in the chart that I think is going to blow your mind. But towards the end of the video, I also want to share with you how I think the richest person in the world is soon going to be coming in from the crypto space. His net worth has 50x'd over the last few months, and I think it still has a long way to go. So this is going to be crazy. Take a look at the market. Bitcoin just under 3% over the last 24 hours. But one that you might be focusing on that's gains far surpass everybody else's gains over here is BNB. And you see it also be relatively big. And I'll show you guys why it's kind of big news. It's up 65%, $324. It hit almost $350, I think. This was something that was under $100 just a few weeks ago. In fact, it was like under $50 just a few weeks ago. And now it is, if I were to open CoinMarketCap, the third biggest cryptocurrency out there. Bitcoin number 1, Ethereum number 2, Binance Coin BNB number 3. Take a look at this chart. I mean, I don't think words can describe what's going on here. The thing has just taken over. We saw Polkadot come in a little bit. We saw Cardano have some good recent pumps. XRP, with everything going on, has been kind of steady at the 50 plus cent range, dropping a little bit in its positioning on the top 10. But BNB is now number 3. We have a huge article that came out. And like I said, towards the end of the video, I want to talk a little bit more about this. Let's go into covering Ethereum first. Ethereum recently set a new all-time high. I saw comments in the last video. I read comments all the time. And there were people saying Ethereum's not going to set an all-time high anytime soon. Ethereum's slow. Ethereum's not going to do it. It's not going to be able to do it. It did it, right? So Ethereum peaked at $1,950-ish dollars. Now it has come back down. The beautiful part here is we had this clear resistance over here. Now when we broke above the resistance, we then retested what was resistance and is now support. We've had that retest. We saw that bounce up from that. That to me is extremely good news. However, the reason why, even with this all-time high, we haven't seen anything yet for Ethereum is we still have this resistance going on over here. We've had a touch at this point, just recently another touch here when it bounced off to come to test what was resistance and is now support. This resistance is still here. Now, Bitcoin has something very similar that we're going to be looking at in just a bit, but this resistance, once it is broken, there is nothing holding Ethereum back at that point. Right? Once this resistance is broken, there's no resistance here. We are in open area where we've never been before, new all-time high. We have no idea how price is going to react, similar to what we saw happen with Bitcoin when Bitcoin broke $20,000. There was no one knew what was going to happen then because it had never been there before. Similar thing going on over here with Ethereum. If it breaks this resistance, this is going to be a lot of fun. We could see a lot of volatility, a lot of money being made in a very short period of time for Ethereum, but this is what we need to watch out for. Very few people talking about this. Everybody's kind of going over the basics and everyone's talking about the same things. This is what we need to watch out for with the Ethereum price right now. This is going to be massive once it is broken. Keep an eye out on that. Easily a $2,000 plus Ethereum. Easily could get Ethereum to that $2,400, $2,500 range, which might not seem like a lot, but from where we are right now, that's a 20% move. Add a 10x leverage to it. That's 200%. That's 2x your money, right? 200%. That's a big gain to have in a short period of time if you are able to catch this move. If it does obviously go to 2,400, if it goes up higher, the gain's going to be even bigger. So if you guys want to use the exchange that I'm using, you already know I use Bybit. I have a link down below in the description to a Bybit tutorial video that I've done covering everything, how a beginner can use Bybit, as well as the link to Bybit where, depending on how much you deposit, they'll give you some money for free so you can use that money to have a free trade. Then whatever profit you make from that, you can withdraw and it's your money. So Ethereum, keep an eye out on this. It's still early days, not much, I think. I mean, yes, we broke this resistance here, which was very important. We had the retest, which was very important. We still have this resistance. After this resistance, there's not much else holding Ethereum back from doing I mean, whatever it wants pretty much. Now, if we move over to Bitcoin, we're going to see something very similar. Bitcoin is also trading in a channel. It also has this resistance to the upside. Both Ethereum and Bitcoin have been making all-time highs, just casually making higher highs, casually hitting all-time highs over and over and over again. Seems like every few days, Bitcoin's hit another all-time high. It did it again over here, 52,000, just under 53,000, and now we're at it again with just over 53,000. We're currently at $53,067 on this chart. Now again, as long as it bounces, does this, 100% fine. Ethereum can do something very similar. It can come back, it can test the bottom support. We saw it test the support already. Same thing can happen to have a decent entry. But this is going to be the crucial part, is watching for that break. Because again, Bitcoin's been climbing slow and steady. We've been talking about this. I'm not complaining whatsoever with a slow and steady climb. However, once you break the resistance, once there's nothing else kind of holding Bitcoin back, that's when we see those crazy price jumps, right? Think of how we broke from this pattern and look at how it led us into the next pattern. But we saw a lot of green, a lot of bullish action happen during this time. Similar thing we can expect to see happen previously. Usually, again, over here, when Bitcoin hadn't been at these levels before, we saw some crazy price jumps, crazy candles, all of which this is what people want during a bull market. So if you want to make money, if you want to catch these things, make sure you watch out for all of these important levels for Bitcoin. Before we go into talking about the richest man in the world, or potentially the richest man in the world, he might already be the richest man in the world. If you guys want to see every trade myself and my expert team are entering, as soon as we enter those trades, as soon as we see the opportunity, we post it. There's no delay. If you guys want to see that, check out the first link down below in the description. Give you every single one of our altcoin trades, every single one of our leverage trades. You'll get access to the #1 community in the cryptocurrency space. But most importantly, it is free for 2 weeks. So for 14 days after you sign up, we're not going to charge you. We're not going to hide anything from you. You are going to see everything, every trade, everything. We're pulling back the curtain, showing you what we're doing behind the scenes. If you don't like it, if it doesn't work for you, whatever it is, you can simply cancel and you'll avoid getting charged. So it's as easy as that. Now, Binance's CZ reaches net worth of $2.6 billion. He became the leading crypto billionaire in March 11th, 2020. March 11, 2020. Bitcoin, I looked it back, Bitcoin was around $8,500. So if you take the current price and you divide it by the 8,000, Bitcoin's up around 6.5 times what it was back then. But more importantly, obviously, CZ being the owner of Binance, or the CEO of Binance, where, you know, they got Binance Coin, and Binance Coin, he's openly said that he holds a lot of Bitcoin and a lot of Binance Coin. March 11th was around this time over here where we saw Binance Coin hit a low of around $8, right? No, $6, I think it was. Yeah, it went down all the way to a low of $6. It's now at $340. So from $6 to $340, we're looking at almost 50 times his money. So if we take a look at the $2.5 billion that he had, 50 times his money is, I mean, he's in the $100 billion club, right? There's a very elite group of people. There are 4 guys in that club. Now, maybe he doesn't have it all in BNB. Maybe he, you know, who knows what the situation is. But, I mean, this guy could easily be in the top 10 richest men in the world right now, and we don't know. And if you look at these guys, software, Google, Berkshire Hathaway, pharmaceuticals, beverages, Facebook, Microsoft, the LVMH, Tesla, SpaceX, and a majority of these are tech companies, with the exception of the LVMH, obviously, that's the designer brands, but majority of these are tech, no crypto at the moment. I mean, I don't want to, he probably doesn't want to tell everybody how much money he has, so the governments and stuff don't go after him for paying taxes. I don't know what his situation is, but this man could easily be in the top 10 richest men in the world right now, and nobody has a clue. Look at what BNB has done. Look at it, right? I mean, this is on the weekly chart. In 2 weeks, this thing went from being worth $60 to $350. In 3 weeks, it went from being worth $40 to $350. Since that article was published, it went from a low of $6 to a high of $347.91. I mean, I want to know how much money CZ has. He's not going to tell us. It's personal information. I get it. But I'm extremely curious to see when we're going to get that billionaire list updated to see a crypto name on there, because a lot of the other guys, you know, they don't have the 50x that BNB has had. A lot of the guys own Coinbase, own stuff like that. Could be a billionaire. Bitcoin's price has done pretty well. Maybe 6x their portfolio. Maybe they went from being worth 1 billion to 6 billion. CZ has had a 50x since that article was written on BNB coin, which is, part of me is pained because I used to own so much more BNB than I do now. I still have a very good amount of it. I'm loving what's going on over here. It's always been one that I've said I think is going to do very well because of the fact that it was tied to the biggest exchange. I've been saying that for years and years and years. I mean, you know, back when during this time, I've been talking about BNB. During this time, I've been talking about BNB when it was a low of, $4. I've always thought it was going to do well. This is kind of crazy. So, let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know down below. Do you own BNB? Have you been holding BNB? Are you planning on selling BNB? What are your thoughts on this? Let me know down below in the comments. And also let me know, do you think CZ's in the top 10 richest men in the world right now? I'd be extremely curious to see what you guys think of that. But most importantly, in terms of us making money, Ethereum, Bitcoin, new all-time highs frequently at this point, almost every few days. And it looks really, really good if we see that break to the upside. Resistance is there. We have that level. After that, there's not much holding us back. We could see some crazy volatility. I can't wait for it. I'm sure you guys can't wait for it either. Again, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed with that bell notification turned on so you guys can see updates on everything. And we have a lot of cool content coming out talking about altcoins, Bitcoin, trading, making money. Most importantly, making money with altcoins, with your trading, making money in the crypto space, taking advantage of it to make money. We got a ton of content coming out about that. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys next week for another video.